This is a farm in Saxon's River. The road goes right in between the house and the barn, the milk house and the barn. They still have cows there. And I just love the way the land sort of works its way right through, and the farm's been in the family for a long, long time, and they're having a hard time making ends meet. And to me, it just has a real feel for Vermont. Sunlight coming across, there's a shadow, shady right in the front by the tree, by the house, and this Fisher Farm in Saxon's River, where the road goes right between the house and the barns. I'm down in the fields down below, looking back at the farm, and it's a really spectacular view. While I was working, the clouds came up and it rained. I got rained on, but this is where the sunlight's out right before the rainstorm. And there's a little river down below, a little place where the water collects by the river. And I like how things sort of disappear into the distance, and then you can see the farm up in the hill. And different greens. This is a farm in Springfield. It's the Baker Hines farm up on Parker Hill. Been there a long time. It's on the historic register. Everything sort of leans a little. Different places, double silo. And I just really like the way this one shadow came down from the barn. And I like how you can see the light between the silos, and however, even the barn sort of nestled together the way the land nestles together. Everything has its own sense of place and sense of connectedness. This is the Baker Hines farm on Parker Hill Road in Springfield, in back of the silos. Real bright summer light shooting across the grass. Some flowers by the old shed, and the barns are behind the silo. An old ladder leaned up. The main house. These paintings are all going to be in Renaissance Gallery in Brattleboro, Main Street. It's a wonderful place, and really nice people. They've been letting me show there since January, and they have really nice jewelry. That was my plug. I don't know if you're supposed to do that or not.
You can do anything.
Some of these are down in the basement. I didn't bring them all up. This is Crow Hill Farm in Chester, way up on the hill with an amazing view. Mr. Farrar's farm. And he's talking about having to sell out because they can't sell things for what it costs to produce them. I don't think he has milking cows anymore, but there's a milk house, or the milk house. And has an incredible view. A little tarred road goes in between the barn and the main fields, and they used to cross the cows there. This is the Kirkle farm in Westminster on Morsebrook Road. You can actually see up across the fields to the house and the barns, and I like the abstract shape of the different bands of fields and how they lean together, and how the different pieces of different buildings are almost abstract shapes that melt together to make it look like the farm. And again, these farmers are wonderful people. My dog isn't mean to cats, but a lot of cats are afraid of dogs. Frank and Toby from Jamaica. They're friends, and they do wonderful glass work. Little stars are made by my sister Linda Banks, who does fusing. And there's a lot of glass in the house, and I like the way the light hits on it and brings the color up. The frog painting, there's some frogs in the rainforest, hidden in the leaves, sitting nose to nose, waiting for breakfast or lunch to come along, a little fly. There are camouflage hidden in there. And I like how one of them completely disappears into the background and the other one you can see. And the leaves are part of their environment. This is a carving on a piece of driftwood. I used to do a lot of wood carving. I still do it some. It's a piece of driftwood actually I got out of the Lake Champlain. I made a lot of those wood spirits. Most of them are gone now, but I really like that one, so I saved it. And it's the face, the man is in the spirit of the wood, and you can feel the grain of the wood moving, but the way his face moves is very similar. Is hidden inside of the tree, and I'm fond of that one. Yeah, this drawing was a drawing I did, I think in the late 90s. I went to Hawaii and did the drawing while I was there. And it's about the spiral of life. Everything in life exists in a spiral, whether it's the Milky Way or your fingerprint, or the way the water goes down the drain, or the way the hurricanes or tornadoes move. And everything's connected. If you look closely, somehow everything's connected, and everything's independent. I mean, interdependent. But there's birds and deer and fish eggs and little fish swimming underneath. There's the moon and a heron, butterfly. There's a cardinal, an elephant. And tend to hide things inside of things. There's some roots up in the sky. We all have our roots in the earth. And it's done in graphite powder. And I work it with an eraser, and then I draw into it.